Micah Parsons has dominated the NFL since his rookie season, proving to be one of the best defensive players in the league. Now, he's aiming for a historic $200 million contract, a deal that would shatter all defensive salary records. But will the Dallas Cowboys pay up, or will they risk losing their biggest defensive star? Welcome to Top Floor Sports. Let's begin. The rise of Micah Parsons. From college star to NFL dominance, Micah Parsons has always been a standout athlete. Born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, he was a high school football sensation, excelling as a defensive end and linebacker. His talent was undeniable, earning him a 5-star recruit ranking and a scholarship to Penn State University. At Penn State, Parsons quickly made his presence known. Even though he started as a true freshman in 2018, he led the team in tackles, with 82 total stops, showing his elite instincts and raw athleticism. His sophomore season in 2019 was even more dominant. He recorded 109 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. However, his college career was cut short when he opted out of the 2020 season due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite this, NFL scouts were already convinced. He was a generational talent. When the Dallas Cowboys selected him 12th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft, many expected him to be a solid linebacker. But nobody predicted how quickly he would dominate the league. In his rookie season, Parsons put up staggering numbers: 13 sacks, most by a Cowboys rookie ever. 84 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 20 tackles for loss. He won the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year award, was named a first-team All-Pro, and even finished second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting, a rare feat for a first-year player. Since then, Parsons has only improved. In 3 seasons, he has recorded 40.5 sacks, 215 total tackles, and 10 forced fumbles, cementing himself as one of the league's most feared defenders. Now he's looking for a contract that reflects his dominance, and he believes he deserves to be the highest-paid defensive player in NFL history. The $200 million contract, what Parsons wants. Micah Parsons isn't just looking for a big contract. He's looking for a deal that will change the way defensive players are valued in the NFL. Reports suggest that he is asking for a 5-year, $200 million contract, which would give him $40 million per year. For comparison, the current highest-paid defensive player is Nick Bosa, who signed a 5-year, $170 million contract with the San Francisco 49ers in 2023. That deal gives Bosa an annual salary of $34 million per year, a record Parsons is looking to break by a wide margin. So why does Parsons believe he's worth this much? He's more than a linebacker. Unlike traditional linebackers, Parsons plays multiple positions. He's an elite pass rusher, a run stopper, and even drops into coverage when needed. His versatility makes him a unique weapon that no other team has. His age and durability. At just 25 years old, Parsons has many prime years ahead of him. Unlike running backs, whose production declines quickly, pass rushers tend to stay dominant into their 30s. That means a long-term contract makes financial sense. Market trends favor him, with the NFL salary cap increasing every year. What seems like an expensive deal now could look like a bargain in a few years. Teams are already spending more money on elite defenders, and Parsons wants to set the new standard. However, the Cowboys have a decision to make. Do they commit to a $200 million contract, or do they try to negotiate a lower figure? How the Cowboys can afford Parsons' contract. The Dallas Cowboys are one of the NFL's most valuable franchises, but even they have salary cap constraints. Currently, the Cowboys are already paying big money to several star players. Dak Prescott could earn $50+ million per year with his next contract extension. CeeDee Lamb, due for a deal worth at least $30 million annually. Trayvon Diggs, already signed a 5-year, $97 million extension. So how can the Cowboys afford $200 million for Parsons without hurting their roster? Restructuring contracts. Dallas could spread out cap hits by restructuring deals for Prescott, Lamb, and others. This would free up space in the short term, while keeping their core players together. Cutting veterans. The Cowboys may need to release high-cost veteran players who aren't contributing as much. This would free up cap space for Parsons' new deal. Front-loading the contract. If Dallas offers a heavily guaranteed, front-loaded contract, they can ensure Parsons gets paid early, while still maintaining flexibility for future seasons. The Cowboys know losing Parsons is not an option, so expect them to get creative with their finances. The risk of letting Parsons walk. If the Cowboys refuse to meet Parsons' demands, he could test free agency. Several teams have the cap space and the need for a dominant pass rusher like him. Potential landing spots include Chicago Bears. With tons of cap space, the Bears could offer Parsons a record-breaking deal. New England Patriots. They need a new defensive superstar to rebuild their identity. Baltimore Ravens. A dominant defense could become unstoppable with Parsons. Dallas has to decide, pay Parsons what he's worth or risk losing him forever. The impact of Parsons' contract on future NFL deals. If Micah Parsons secures a $200 million contract, it will set a new standard for defensive players. The ripple effects would be felt across the entire NFL, forcing teams to rethink how they pay their superstars. Defensive players will demand more money. Right now, quarterbacks dominate the payroll, but Parsons' deal could change that dynamic. Future stars like TJ Watt, Max Crosby, and Myles Garrett will point to Parsons' contract as the new benchmark. Salary cap adjustments. The NFL salary cap increases every year, but if defensive players start making QB-level money, teams will need to make tough financial decisions. More veteran cuts and restructures could become the norm. The next wave of contracts. Players like Sauce Gardner, Aiden Hutchinson, and Will Anderson Jr. could use Parsons' deal to negotiate more significant contracts. The days of paying top defenders under $35 million per year may soon be over. Parsons isn't just playing for himself. His deal could reshape the entire NFL landscape. The Cowboys' history with big contracts. Will they pay up? The Dallas Cowboys are no strangers to massive contracts. Owner Jerry Jones has a reputation for spending big on star players. But will he break the bank for Parsons? Past contract trends. The Cowboys have historically rewarded their homegrown talent. Players like Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and DeMarcus Lawrence all signed record-setting contracts with Dallas. The Dak Prescott factor. Dak Prescott's next contract could be worth $50+ million per year. If Dallas commits that much to their quarterback, will they still have enough for Parsons? Jerry Jones' perspective. Jerry Jones knows that great defenses win championships. With Parsons as the centerpiece, the Cowboys could finally break their Super Bowl drought. But will Jones see him as a must-pay player, or will he hesitate? The answer will determine the Cowboys' future. The ripple effect on the Cowboys and the NFL. Micah Parsons' potential $200 million contract could change the entire landscape for the Cowboys and the NFL. If Dallas commits to such a record-breaking deal, it impacts their salary cap strategy and how they build their roster for the future. While securing Parsons ensures a generational talent in their defense, it may limit their ability to re-sign other key players. Jerry Jones has traditionally hesitated to pay top defensive players quarterback-level money, but making an exception for Parsons could set a precedent for future negotiations. It also sends a message across the NFL that elite pass rushers are now worthy of quarterback money, potentially resetting the entire defensive player market. Other defensive stars, like Nick Bosa and TJ Watt, will undoubtedly use Parsons' deal as leverage when it's their turn for an extension. This deal could also spark debates about the value of defensive players, pushing teams to reevaluate how they allocate their salary cap. As the Cowboys face this high-stakes decision, the entire league is paying attention. The outcome will influence how teams approach contract negotiations with elite defenders moving forward, changing the dynamics of NFL player valuations for years to come. What happens next? The timeline of Parsons' contract negotiation. So, what's next? When will Parsons' contract negotiations conclude? Off-season talks begin. The Cowboys and Parsons representatives have already started discussions. Dallas wants to lock him down before the season begins, avoiding distractions. Training camp deadline? Many expect the Cowboys to finalize the deal before training camp. If not, Parsons could hold out, putting pressure on the front office. The big announcement. If the deal gets done, expect a huge press conference with Jerry Jones hyping it up. If not, trade rumors will start circulating quickly. One thing is clear. This contract negotiation isn't just about money. It's about the Cowboys' future. Micah Parsons stands on the verge of NFL history. If the Cowboys offer him a $200 million contract, he will become the highest-paid defensive player ever. But the stakes are high. Will Dallas commit, or will contract negotiations take an unexpected turn? This deal could reshape how NFL teams pay elite defenders for years to come. The Cowboys' decision isn't just about Parsons, it's about their future, their championship hopes, and their financial strategy. As the negotiations unfold, one thing is sure, the entire football world is watching. Stay tuned because this story is far from over.